So when you do what's right, you're going to be there. You're going to see these things. Your soul is electric, electric, electromagnetic. El, El, Elohim. A God and the goddess makes Elohim. These two words are plural. A he and a she, they are plural. So when God said, let us, God didn't say, let me make. God said, let us make a man in our image and after our likeness. Our likeness. If I have to decree, let me create or let me make this in my image. This person, my image, and after my likeness. What do you think is that? Something more precious than even myself. That's what I have to create. If I have to make it in my image and likeness, which means that I have created or made is even more powerful than me because I created it. Okay? And I know what I put in it. So that's me. That's me right there, but in another form and more, even much more super higher. Do you know what I mean? But I am the originator. You can't be higher than me, but I have given you certain more abilities to even become more super. But some people knows these secrets. Some people knows these things. So of course they're gonna hide it from you to use you, abuse you, and enslave you. And make you feel like you don't worth it. You need to go through certain struggles to achieve what it is by society. Like, you feel me? But that's real fucked up. These are all programs, man. Programs. These are all predictive programming. These are all programs, man. Programs. It affected you. It affected your whole generation, even way before you were born. You know? But when you start open up your inner eye, Jesus said what? When your two eyes becomes one, you have light. You know? But until your two eyes become one, your whole body is blind. That's it. So your third eye, which is the very first eye, needs to open. But most of the times when you say third eye, people already start associating you with what is called the devil. They don't have this real talk. I've been laughing at these niggas, man, because yo, man, if you live with them, then you understand the world very much well. You know? There's a lot of things, man, a lot of things you have no idea about. A lot of things you have no idea about until you think life is scary. Wait till you wake up, and then you're gonna realize life is more even scary than what you've been taught it is. The world in which we're living today is fucked up. It's fucked up, but you don't see that though. Because you've been blinded by sports, you've been blinded by religion, you've been blinded by politics, you've been blinded by corrupting influences. We all been affected by it, but we try to come above it. You know what I mean? Your soul comes from the sun. Soul is solar. Solar. When you Ra is a soul. It's in you. That's why your body gets warm. Okay? Your body, the soul generates the electricity in your body. Where there is no heat, where there is no light, there is no life. Cold is death. Cold is death. For anything to become cold is death. When you start dying, it starts from right under your legs, they become cold. It's death. When your body becomes cold, you're dying. When you live in an environment which doesn't experience heat or sun, it doesn't support life. And you think you live on one world. We don't live on one world. Earth is not a world or a planet. It's a realm. That's it. It's a realm. And it's an artificial realm. Some part of it is an artificial realm. You know? So when I told you the earth is in heavens, the earth revolves around the sun. You know, sometimes that's why you see the sun will rise in the east, set in the west. The sun doesn't move. The sun doesn't move. It's the earth that revolves around it, and all the planets that revolves around it. They're all in harmony with each other. Because it is the sun that sustains all of them. Without the sun in the sky, everything else will fall. It is the sun that has the magnetic force to sustain the planet, to hang. This is high science. It's beyond human comprehension, dog. This science. When you think about this, when you talk about stuff like that, they're gonna be like, you're going crazy. You're gonna go crazy. But this is intelligent. This is who we're made of. Molecules and not molecules, protons, electrons, and neutrons. This creates atoms. You know what I mean? And we're made of these. These are a part of us. If you want to know the history of the universe, just talk to the sun. Pick up the sand, because the sand is you. Every information in your body is in the sun. Even way before you were born, dog. Just go to the sun with a pure intention. Pick up the sun and say, sun, talk to me. Yeah. But yeah, when you do stuff like that, people gonna tell you, okay. No, because you don't know how powerful thought is, right? You can use your thought alone to create a lot of things. Everything artificial is created from the natural. They study the natural and create an artificial out of it. Artificial is only death. All of these technologies, they're gonna kill us. All of them. You don't need cars to drive to go to other destination. You don't need planes to fly. If we have mastered ourselves, we could be going through portals and vortexes. Because there are portals, there are great lines on the earth. Okay? There are great lines on the earth. That's what you don't know. And all these big, gigantic cathedrals, they build on these great lines. These great lines, this certain point, the earth, it's a centers. There are centers on the earth. You know what I'm saying? These are not countries. These are energy centers. You know what I mean? Countries are made up. We live in a realm. You're talking about a country. I mean Europe, I mean Africa, all of these things is humans that created it to confuse, to enslave, to abuse, to rape, to pillage. And who does that? We all know who does that. Because the Bible tells us that somebody came to steal and rape. And who's that? You know, so the sun sustains all of these planets, including you yourself, including the animals, including the objects, including the non-living things, so-called non-living things, because everything is alive, whether it is non-living or living. Everything is alive. Everything vibrates. Everything breathes. You know, because the collective energy is God. God is everything and nothing at the same time. You are everything and nothing at the same time. Can you tell me it's air you're breathing when you are asleep? You don't even know when you are asleep except when you dream. Can that be labeled as a living thing when you don't know that you are alive, when you are asleep, but you are alive, right? But you're just asleep. Yo, man, I don't want to confuse y'all, man. Real talk. I don't want to confuse y'all, but keep doing your study. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to bash on anybody. I'm not trying to desecrate nobody's knowledge. I'm not trying to desecrate nobody's knowledge or anything like that, but there is time for everything. You know, there is time. There is time because in my incarnations, I've seen mine. I became so much aware because all of these deja vus, I keep having them since I was small growing up. I knew there was something. I always knew in my heart there was something wrong because deja vus, to see things that's already happened, and it gives you a reflection back right in your. I know a lot of people experience that, but they don't understand that. You know what I mean? But deja vus are just past events that's happening right in front of you again, like you're watching the TV, because the real TV is this, not the box you watch in your room. That's not the TV. the the fake broadcasting. You are the broadcaster, the mainframe, the broadcaster. That's why when you experience deja vus, it's only telling you about you've been here before. All of these things you see, it's not new. That is why there is nothing new under the sun. We've all been here before. We've all died before. We've all been reincarnated before. And until we know the trick, it stops. That's why they say a people without a history of the self is bound for repetition. You got it? Hotep. You got it? So open up your eyes. The real eyes is a realized nation. Realization. Real eyes nation. I say these things in my raps. Listen to my raps very well. You can learn a lot from them. I'm not just rhyming. I'm a man of science, not rap. But when I talk to y'all don't hear me though. Because your mind is too small. You know, sometimes I don't want to like be all that. Nah, I'm simple. I'm bad, I swear. You know, so it is what it is. Study.